Okay, so I'm going to be going over the syllabus in this video for the course. My name is Mary Ward. I'm the Assistant Professor of Graphic Design here at MSU Northern, and I'm excited to work with you this semester. So if we go into, if you're in here, you go to the content area, and then there is a syllabus module right here, and we can download it by clicking on that arrow and pushing download. And then I will go over that now. Went into my downloads folder. Here we go. Perfect. So this is graphic design applications. This counts as a tech category gen ed. It also counts towards the marketing minor, and if you're a graphic design student, it is a required intro course. Fall semester, online or face-to-face, it is kind of a blended course. The course shell in Brightspace is for both online and in-person students. 3 credit hours. I'm the instructor, Mary Ward. You can text me if you need to get a hold of me. That's the quickest way to get a hold of me. Or you can email me at my edu address or in Brightspace. Course description. We explore the fundamentals of graphic design in this class. We cover aesthetic rules, a lot of software skills used by the industry experts. You'll learn the processes of design and layout, and you'll learn some of the things about the creative process, layout and composition, typography, color, and copyright rules. And we're, like I said, a lot of software knowledge, Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign. These are all Adobe products. So you should be able to comfortably construct layouts in Adobe InDesign, use Photoshop to edit and manipulate photos, and then construct logos and vector images using Adobe Illustrator by the end of the course. So I did say this briefly earlier, but it is a face-to-face and online blended course, which we sometimes refer to as HiFlex. So if you are signed up for the class face-to-face, I will be expecting you to show up to class like usual. If you happen to miss class, the Brightspace course shell is available to you to help you catch up on those weekly assignments or tasks that you might have missed while you were away. You're going to use it just the same if you're a face-to-face student as if you're an online student, except for face-to-face students, we'll do discussions, software demos, and project critiques, in class during class time. Online students will do discussions in the discussion area for project critiques. So online students will do those, obviously everything online, and watch pre-recorded videos online. So even if you're face-to-face or online, obviously you need to check Brightspace daily to follow directions. You can also obviously listen to me in class, which is great, but if you happen to need a reminder, Brightspace is a great place to reference what we're doing that week. So computer requirements. This is pretty important for online students. Face-to-face students can use the Mac Lab, so your computer needs to meet certain system requirements to run the Adobe software for this course. So you definitely need to have the minimum system requirements for Adobe Photoshop, because that's the most robust program we use. If you have a Mac, this video will go over how to find your system specs. If you have a PC, this video goes over how to find your system specs for a PC or Windows machine. So if we go to this HTML webpage, this will give us the Photoshop system requirements, the minimum for your processor, 64-bit support, multi-core Intel, Windows. This is what you need for Windows right here. And then for Mac, this is the processor you need, operating system, RAM, graphics card, that kind of thing. So both Windows machines and Macs system requirements are listed here. So you'll need to go through and make sure you have something at your disposal to use. And typically desktop computers are beefier than like a laptop computer. So check both your laptop and your desktop computer if you are an online student. So if you don't have access to a computer to run the software on, you may want to consider switching to face-to-face if that's not an option for you. But you live in Havre, Montana, you can come to campus and use the Mac Lab. It's open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can also use the computers in the Mac Lab, or not Mac Lab, in the library. Here's the library hours, so you can come to campus to use the computers. Either in the daytime in the Mac Lab or in the library in the evening. If you're a graphic design student and you live in town and you're taking this online, you can check out a laptop if you're a graphic design student. Like I said, desktop computers oftentimes are much more powerful than laptops. So let me know if you have trouble locating a computer that can run the software. I always have a couple online students, especially, obviously they're the ones I have to worry about, that have trouble locating computers that can run the software. So here's the software requirements. So above was the computer requirement, but the software requirement for Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, and that's the order that we're going to use them in, actually, Photoshop, Illustrator, and then InDesign. You don't need to purchase the software immediately. We start using Photoshop in week 2 of the course, and Adobe does offer a 7-day free trial that turns into a month-to-month plan for around $32 a month for each of the 3 programs mentioned above, or pictured below here actually. If you cancel before the 14-day mark, you can get a full refund. So I've had students sign up for the 7-day free trial for Photoshop, go on for 13 days under the month-to-month plan, and then cancel before the 14-day mark, and they've gotten it for free. And then they do that with every program that we use. And so that means that they've used the software for free throughout the whole class. But you don't want to accidentally go over the 14-day mark, because then you'll have to pay the $32 a month. Or if you're okay with paying the $32 a month, that works too. You don't have to do as much finagling to make it work, because you have to cancel and then you have to re-sign up, and then so it can be a little bit of a balancing game, but it's doable. If you accidentally sign up for the student plan, which is $19 a month, or any of the other plans that are an annual plan, paid monthly, then you're going to have a hefty cancellation fee, so please do not sign up for those plans. Sign up for the month-to-month plan that is $32 a month, but with the 7-day free trial that rolls over into that. So here is a video about the plans. You might have to copy paste that into your browser to watch that. It's specific to the plans. This is the Adobe catalog. You can follow that and see where these are in the Adobe catalog. Sign up for the 7-day free trial and then roll it into the month-to-month plan. That's $32 a month. Just in case you go over that 14-day period, at least you're not going to have to pay a bunch of cancellation fees. Okay, so moving on, face-to-face students don't have to worry about that. You have the Mac Lab on campus. You just have to use your time wisely in there to get everything done in time. So grades based on the following: quizzes, assignments, discussions, 50%. Photoshop, Illustrator logo, business cards, all worth 10%. And then InDesign poster project is 20% of your grade, so that one's actually worth quite a bit. We have your typical grading scale here. Just remember, if this is a required course for either your minor or your major, it won't count if you get a D. So make sure you get it above that. Obviously, I just say that as a reminder to students, because some of you guys don't know that. So it will count towards your overall credit load at the end when you go to graduate, but it won't count towards your degree or your minor if it's a required course. So you do need to get a D or better. Here's the course schedule. Week 1 through the finals week. We start off with Photoshop, then we move into Illustrator, the logo design, and then we go into InDesign with the business card and then the event poster. We do have a Thanksgiving break in there. And at the end, we end with the poster design critique and vote. So you can take a closer look at that on your own if you like. Late work, I do accept them, but they are automatically cut down a letter grade for being tardy. And then every week that passes, it'll drop another letter grade. You don't want to miss any projects because they make up such a big percentage of your overall grade. So don't miss those. Get those in. Try and get them in on time, obviously. It's also inconvenient for me to go and grade late assignments because I'm just not in that headspace anymore. I'm moving on, so it just is very inconvenient for me. I really appreciate when everybody gets their work in on time. It just makes it much more enjoyable for me when I go to grade. Attendance, face-to-face students, obviously online students, you don't have to worry about this. If you're sick, stay home. If not, come to class. I will keep track of your attendance. I take roll. I take attendance beginning of each class. It equals up to about 5% of your overall grade. Let me know if there's a genuine extenuating circumstances, and I can consider making an exception potentially depending on the circumstance. Office hours. My office is in Pershing Hall 105. I'm there most Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and I'm usually there before and after class for you guys. You can text me and set up a time to meet if you need to meet outside of before or after class is really convenient for me, but if not, then we can set up a time to meet to work on things. Academic integrity and misconduct code is right here for you to reference. Accessibility statement, Jonna Antonich, if you have any disabilities or suspect that you might, she can test you and get you set up with some special considerations. Tutoring, this is great for writing, math, and computer help. And then any kind of bright space questions, these guys, Jason and Brittany, are great for that. They're in Cowan Hall 104. So yeah, that's basically the course in a nutshell. It's a fun class. We usually have a really good time. We get really, have creative, good discussions as well. So anyway, we'll talk to you later.